That was just a video. None of us would want to be caught in such a situation, either with ourselves or with our loved ones. Welcome to TLV Talks. I'm your host, Rashmi, and today we're going to cover the topic how to regulate our emotions. Don't let emotions control your life. Let's dive in.
All of us go through life's ups and downs. One point in my life, I was so tired of negative emotions playing almost like a loop. I didn't know how to come out of it or manage my emotions. That is when I started my spiritual journey to find deeper meaning in life. I was deeply touched by the profound wisdom I learned from my spiritual masters of Sahaj Marg, also known as heartfulness. My master explained the difference between the feeling and emotion. It's like fire is to smoke. Feeling angry or sad is completely fine, but to flow in intense emotion and being unreasonable is harmful to you. Feeling is pure, but emotion is like smoke. It carries impurities. Reacting with emotions is creating negative karma. We have to understand our emotions and where it is arising from. Repressed emotions or unresolved memories show up as psychosomatic disorders like anxiety, anger, depression, muscle cramps, inflammation, stomach pain, skin allergies, asthma, insomnia, and others. Such negative emotions are all lower vibrations that create blocks in our energy body that will manifest as a disease in our physical existence. We need to take care of our emotions and resolve them and maintain higher vibrations. Traditional Chinese medicine explains how emotions can impact physical health. Excessive anger can harm the liver. Excessive fear can harm the kidney. Excessive joy or excitement can harm the heart. Long-standing sadness and grief can harm the lungs. Excessive worry can harm the spleen. What is the solution for this? How can we regulate our emotions and bring balance of mind and be centered? Revered Kamlesh T. Patel, the spiritual master of heartfulness, says that meditation brings you to the center. You then have the inner guidance all the time, and it speaks to you, especially when things are wrong. When you have a pure heart, the inner radar is very powerful. That is exactly what I have observed in my practice. I became more self-aware, and I could see all my flaws, my tendencies, my complexities. Each time I was not right or went a little overboard, my heart's inner guidance alerted me. For example, judging someone with assumptions or any preconceived notion always blocks our consciousness from seeing the real picture. Engaging in negative self-talk, or worse, finding fault in others. There are plenty of emotional excesses in all of us. More energy we give to the negative emotion, deeper the impression it is creating in our subconscious. We need to cultivate moderate emotions. Revered Ramchandra of Shahjahanpur, spiritual master and founder of Sahaj Marg meditation practice, used to say, to cultivate moderation, we have to pay special attention to both internal and external ways of life. Now here, if you want to make changes in our inner attitudes, we need to observe how we deal with others and ourselves. Reflect on our observations and respond with love. Daniel Goleman. He is best known for writing on emotional intelligence. He says that emotional quotient is all about how you manage your emotions and your relationships. Emotional intelligence matters twice as much as IQ. Intelligence quotient might get you hired, but emotional quotient is what gets you promoted as a leader. In his bestseller, Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ, he talks about why we need to take time to work on our self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Working on these areas will help you excel in the future. I would highly recommend you to read this book. I will leave the Amazon link in the description below. As we are now more awakened and aware how emotions can take control of our lives, let us now focus on how to rise above our emotions. Meditation is the mantra for mind regulation and self-growth. Here are 5 strategies that I learned from my spiritual masters that can help you regulate your emotions. The first one is acceptance. Meditation, it gives you the ability to observe your emotions without judgment or trying to get rid of it. Emotions are linked to our primitive core of our existence. It is a very natural process. While some emotions can be managed and addressed easily, others can be very sharp and intense. They come so fast that we might not be able to control the impulse. For all types of emotions, 80/20 rule applies. 20% of our internal conflicts result in 80% of emotional outbursts. Focus on understanding the root cause of that 20% of our problem. Accept the problem and don't brush them off. Meditate to seek a solution. Your inner guidance will show you the way out. Acceptance brings in peace and restores the emotional well-being. The second one is the art of pausing. Introduce an intentional pause whenever you are faced with negative emotion. Just before it takes over you, just pause. Turn your attention into your body. Observe your breath. Feel it going faster than normal. Observe your heartbeat. It is beating fast. Slowly take the deep breath and release through your mouth. Repeat a few more times until you get back your composure and you feel the present moment. Now that you feel more centered, you have the choice to respond and not react. At first, it was so difficult. I missed to pause so many times. But every time I missed, I was motivated and my inner radar became more alert. After 7 to 8 episodes, I was able to get a handle. I paused when I had a negative impulse. I was able to tune into my body and bringing awareness into the present moment. In no time, I was able to shift into a more calmer and centered being. I was able to express my feeling without any emotional drama. That I was aware of my mistakes and I made sure to handle it in a better way next time. This has given me a new freedom to express and not feel burdened with emotions. Please be patient and compassionate to yourself. It does take practice to train your mind. Slowly but surely, we will be able to master them. Third one is empathy. Meditation can help cultivate compassion and tolerance in your life. You will be empathic in nature and you put yourself in the other person's position and think. You may be able to appreciate different point of views and not get annoyed easily. Slowly, you will be able to overcome the stronghold of negative emotions. The fourth one is to let go. You need to wholeheartedly have an intention to release the emotion that is no longer serving you. Now, why do you need to let go? You need to release this bottled up emotion. Otherwise, it's going to unnecessarily create more and more karma. There are different ways of releasing the emotion. You can either journal it down, or maybe you can talk it out with your trusted friend, or you may want to meditate and prayerfully release the energy, because at the end of the day, the emotion is nothing but a stuck energy, right? There is a practice in heartfulness which is called cleaning. It is a technique of releasing and purging negative tendencies, and we do it every single day. Now, this practice is pretty effective. It is based on a power of suggestion or sankalpa. I will leave a link how to do heartfulness cleaning in the description below. This has so far helped me in my journey to release any heavy emotion, allowing the divine to transmute the energies and trusting the process that any negative emotion I might have entangled with has been released and purity is restored. It is only our belief and our willingness to release makes this possible. And the last one is forgiveness. This is the most important one that completes the release and letting go process. Practicing forgiveness, it releases the negative block you've created. It will do more good than holding the negative emotion against someone. Sometimes it might not be easy to forgive. So just leave it to God to do justice. But when you feel right, let go. Take your time. Similarly, other way also holds good. For example, if you have done something wrong and you hurt someone and you're feeling guilty and you haven't apologized yet, do it now. Don't wait for time to come. It releases negative karma and restores the balance. Always remember, behind every dark cloud, there's an ever shining sun. Just wait. Clouds will also pass. Practicing these suggestions regularly, you will be able to bring significant shifts and experience greater freedom and well-being. It will broaden your perspective and expand your consciousness. Totally worth it. Thank you for your time and hope you found these suggestions helpful. Thank you for watching TLV Talks. See you next time. Bye bye.